I am here at one of the most famous tracks in all of Australia. It's iconic. It's a famous dirt road. It's called the Birdsville track. It's in the very north of South Australia, and it goes 515 kilometres from here at Maree all the way to Birdsville, okay? And so that's in Queensland. I'm going to take you on a bit of a journey on the Birdsville track. Come and enjoy the ride. It's been around since the mid-1800s. It was a trade route where goods moved up and down from Queensland through to South Australia, and then it was famous as a postal route where the postal service, where things used to get sent up and down. Along the way, there's all these cattle stations along the way. The other interesting thing about the Birdsville track, that whilst you go that 500 k's, you go through 3 deserts: the Tirari desert, the Strzelecki desert, and the Sturt Stony desert. Not a lot lives out here. It's pretty flat and pretty bleak, and it doesn't rain much at all. But who knows whether we see anything along the way. Here we are. This is the Sturt Stony desert, right? As you can tell, there's these red rocks everywhere. They just go for hundreds of kilometres. This is where a famous explorer by the name of Charles Sturt walked across. And when he came through here 150 years ago, when they went through with their horses, the desert is so stony, when they turned back, they couldn't see from where they've come. They could not see their tracks because it was so stony and bleak out here in the middle of nowhere. Every now and again you actually do a river crossing. It depends on the time of the year, and it depends if there's been rain lately, but we're doing this crossing here at Coolabah, and there actually is some water across the road. So every now and again in the desert, the water comes through and it pools like that. So pretty impressive. Gives the opportunity for some of the bird life and some other life to get a decent drink. So here we are, we're still on the track. We've actually found some animals. There's a herd of horses there. Now, they're not wild horses, they're actually part of this station after we've just crossed the river. And you can see in the background a whole bunch of cockatoos. I think they're eating some of the feed that's been left for the horses. So every now and again you do see something out here on the Birdsville track. There's some cattle. Look, there's some emus. Halfway along the Birdsville track, there's a little town called Mungarani where you can get petrol, and you can get something to drink, something to eat. As you can see, that the Birdsville track's pretty tough because not every vehicle makes it. This isn't my FJ Cruiser, this is a FJ Cruiser from 40 years ago. It's pretty tough out here, but of course they're very optimistic, hoping one day to have a bus service and a McDonald's. Now, as you can see, there's not much here. There's a cut-off rainwater tank here in the middle of this desert. Have a look at this. Come a bit closer and look. This is water that's coming up. Now look at the water. This is water coming up from under the ground in the Great Artesian Basin. That water comes out at 40 degrees. It's going to be one big hot bath that I'm going to have later on tonight under the stars. So here I am, everybody. I'm in the cut-off rainwater tank. The water is so warm. It's come up from the ground, preheated in the middle of the earth, And here it is. And I'm sitting under the stars. So I don't know whether you can see up there, and there's much to see. There's the moon. But it's really amazing that here in the desert, hot water comes up from a spring and you can feel all refreshed in the middle of the dry desert. Refreshing. It's incredible. There's a little willy wagtail. You see him in the water? He lives out here in the desert. He's found himself a little bit of a stream to live by. So there you are, folks. That's the Birdsville track. It takes about 7 to 8 hours in the car, and of course we had a night camping overnight where we had that big hot bath. You know what, for some people doing a road like that is a bit dull, monotonous, kids would even say boring, but it's amazing if you keep your eyes open what you might see along the way.